Hello everyone, welcome. Our today's topic is Charles II and English Restoration. लेकिन उससे पहले चलिए हम एक बार रिवीजन कर लेते हैं स्टुअर्ट डायनेस्टी को। तो सबसे पहले हमने स्टुअर्ट डायनेस्टी में जेम्स वन के बारे में पढ़ा। दैट जेम्स वन was the first ruler of England who ruled from 1603 to 1625. And after his death, his son Charles I came to the throne, and he ruled from 1625 to 1649. The first English Civil War took place during his time, as a result of which he was executed in 1649 by Oliver Cromwell. After his death, his son Charles II came to the throne, about whom we have to study this lecture. And he ruled till 1685. We will now see how he restored the throne after his father's death in this lecture, and his foreign policy and etc. And at last, in Stuart dynasty, the last ruler is James II, who is the brother of the Charles II. जैसा आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर जेम्स वन चार्ल्स वन दोनों लोग की पिक्चर है यहाँ पे, and it is written that both belongs to absolutism. It means that their period is called absolutism period because they both believes in the divine rule of God. Next here you can see Charles II and James II, and both belongs to the restoration period. क्योंकि जैसा आप जानते हैं जब चार्ल्स वन का सर कटवा दिया गया था पार्लियामेंट के द्वारा, तो उसके बाद से 10 साल तक पार्लियामेंट ने इंग्लैंड पर रूल किया अंडर ओलिवर क्रॉमवेल. बट इन 1660 Charles II restored the throne of England. Thus, period from Charles II onwards are called Restoration period. Charles II is remembered as a merry monarch, the man who restored the monarchy, the man who was forced to exile. He was the king who, for the sake of power, preached Protestantism, but on his deathbed, he was embraced Catholicism. Thus, he was a man of many faces. So, let us study about him in detail. Charles II ruled from 1660 to 1685. He was born on 29th May 1630 at James Palace, London. 1 year before his birth, his father had dismissed the parliament, ruling the country with his own power. So, these were the happiest years of Charles. All he had to do was to enjoy the luxurious formalities of his father's court. His father impressed upon him the divine rights of king. Throughout his life, Charles was told that the Protestantism represented power and Catholic faith represented personal and inner peace. By the time he was 10, everything he was told of being a king was falling apart. On 23rd October 1642, the king had led his troops to the battle at Edge Hill. With him was the 12-year-old Prince Charles II. This was his first taste of battle. The royalists won the day, but it was for a short time. After 3 years, they were defeated by Oliver Cromwell and his new model of army, and they were forced to exile. And for the next 18 years, the Prince Charles and the Stuart family were like nomads in Europe. For his own safety, the Charles went to exile, first to Paris and then to Hague. There he met Lucy Walter, a young English woman who was also in exile. Lucy was the first sign of Charles' various sexual appetite. She became the mother of his first illegitimate son. In London, his father's trial has begun at that time, and he made one last attempt to save his father, but his efforts went in vain. His father was declared as a public enemy of the state and executed in 1649. England now became a republic. Thus, Charles became an unknown heir to the throne. So now he don't have any status throne, power, and for a year it went the same. Then a letter came from Scotland as the Scottish leaders were furious with English for executing the king. In March 1650, Charles met the Scottish delegations at Breda in Holland. They insisted him to sign an agreement for becoming a king. The king had no other choice as he wanted to regain his throne and wanted his power. So he agreed to sign the treaty and agreed to abandon his episcopal church governance and thus went to England. But till now, the Scottish leaders were still not pleased with him. They still believed that he had some plans in him. So they did not put him on a throne. They kept him in a palace, and for a year he remained in a palace like a prison. On 3rd September 1650, the English defeated the Scots at Battle of Dunbar with a much smaller army. At this time, King Charles II had not taken part in the battle. Now only the Scottish Covenanters had taken the part in the battle. After this disaster, the Scottish leaders needed a commander, so they picked Charles. On 1st January 1651, Charles was crowned the King of Scotland at Scone. Now, Charles got the power and the throne and became the King of Scotland. So now he thought to regain his throne of England. So he raised an army and marched at England. On 5th August 1651, they crossed the borders of Scotland and reached England, and the fight started with Cromwell. On 3rd September 1651, the invasion ended with the defeat of Scots at the Battle of Worcester. Charles decided to flee to Northern Gate, and now his own survival was at stake. Charles was now only a 21-year-old king on the run. On the run, he was sheltered by few Catholic royalist families. Charles moved and escaped in England for 6 weeks, and on October 1651, he sailed from England to resume his long bitter days of exile. Abroad, Charles busied himself searching for allies, but no one offered him any support. But his biggest disappointment came in September 1654, when Spain, a Catholic country, signed a pact with a Puritan country and Cromwell. On 10th of September 1658, while Charles was busy killing some allies, a messenger came to Charles with an important news. It was that Cromwell had died 1 week earlier. Now the Charles again come in the game of power and got some advantage. England was once again sliding to a cave. There was no strong successor to Cromwell. Charles took the advantage and seized the opportunity. On 25th May 1650, Charles landed on the soil of England. Charles was extremely happy on the day, as the loss of power and monarchy was restored to him. On his 30th birthday, the king was ready to enter London. Everywhere there was rejoicing. After his coronation, a huge feast was held. Now, the Protestant Church of England wanted to re-establish his authority with the king. The Parliament and Bishop started insisting on a series of new laws, that is, giving the Church the total supremacy. As Charles has no other reason as for becoming a king, he has signed a treaty that he will obey the Parliament, so he accepts the laws. There was also pressure on Charles to settle down and marry the 23-year-old Portuguese Catholic princess Catherine Braganza. The timid Catherine was married to Charles. The Charles had dozens of illegitimate children, but his wife remained childless. So Charles' Catholic brother James became a heir to the throne. The king spent most of his time in dealing with his mistresses. The king courts did little to impress the nation, which was being hit by natural calamity one after another. In 1665, the Great Plague struck London, killing 100,000 people. The Charles and his court fled the city and to Oxford. In the same year, another disaster came, and it is called the Great Fire of London, which swept the city. This time, Charles stayed in London, riding across the city, but it wasn't enough. The public were demanding explanation for the disaster, but he had nothing to say. Then in 1667, England, who was conducting a naval trade war with Holland, suffered a terrible humiliations. The Dutch sailed up in the midway and burnt the 4 ships and turned away the English flagship. Lord Clarendon told the king, who was a king's chief advisor, to make a deal with the Dutch. This made Clarendon highly unpopular, so Charles dismissed his closest advisor. In 1670, Charles was feeling pressured as the Anglican Church was pressuring to bring new laws banning any other forms of worship in the country. On the top of that, his Dutch wars proved costly, and Parliament was refusing to grant him extra money. He wanted independence, so he dissolved the Parliament, and then he entered into a secret negotiation with Louis XIV, the Catholic King of France. Louis XIV agreed to alliance with England against the Dutch, and Louis also offered money to the king in return for a pledge. That is, Charles agreed to ease the conditions of Catholic and secretly promised that when the right time will come, he will declare himself a true Catholic. Now, it set a stage for a mighty sea battle between the combined forces of French and England against the Dutch. In 1672, Charles' army led by James suffered a lot, and the result was that Charles was defeated. After the defeat, he was obliged to go and cope a hand with the Parliament. His members forced him to bring more strict laws against the Catholic. Charles' brother James was openly a Catholic and an heir to the throne. So the priests and the bishops and the Parliament doesn't want Charles' brother James to come to the throne. So the Amharic priest claimed that there was a plot to kill the Charles and restore James as a king. The nation became hysterical. As a result, Charles has to order his brother to leave the country, as the Parliament wanted to exclude the James from the succession. In February 1685, when Charles was on his deathbed, Father Harriston came into his chamber, and on his deathbed, Charles received his final Catholic communion. Charles II died on 2nd Feb 1685, and after his death, his brother James came to the throne. अगर आपको मेरा वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिएगा और मेरे वीडियो को लाइक